Hi Jack, how are you going?
G'day, how are you?
Good, thank you. My name's Bonnie. I'm a social worker here at the clinic. Okay. I believe that you've come in today to talk about a couple of things. We'll definitely get into that, but before we go there, I do have to outline, the protocol around confidentiality. So anything that you do say to me will be completely confidential. In the event that I feel that you're, risk to yourself or risk to others around you, that's when I'll have to speak to someone about that.
Yep.
If I do have to speak to someone about that though, I'll be sure to let you know. Okay, so nothing will be done without your knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, no worries at all.
Great, not a problem.
Alright, so what's happened? I used to work in the mines in WA.
Mm-hmm.
I was a FIFO.
Sorry, what was it? A FIFO?
FIFO, fly in, fly out.
Mm-hmm. Have you been doing that for a long time?
Probably about 6 years.
Okay. Is it a job that you've enjoyed?
The work's not bad. It's not hard work. It's just at night you sort of tend to find yourself, you're bored.
Okay.
So most of the blokes up there hit the pub, as we all do, have a few drinks, and then after a while a few drinks becomes a lot of a drinks, and then after a while you sort of begin to depend on it.
Mm-hmm. So you think that kind of, you talk about drinking and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, that's sort of why I'm here now.
Okay.
What's happened, I was in a stint, we had a 2-week on stint, went on the pub, had a few drinks, got breathoed the next day, and I blew over. And that was my first warning. Didn't think much of it, thought it wouldn't happen again. In the same roster, went out, had a few beers that night again. I got surprise breathoed, and I blew over again.
Okay.
So I'm out.
What do you bet? Like, you've lost your job from that?
Job's gone, company won't pick you up. None of the other FIFO companies will pick you up because you've got a black band on your name.
Okay. Alright, had something like this happen to you before? Like, had you received a warning before?
Well, that was the first time I got breathoed, was the warning, and
okay.
that's your first, and they're usually not too bad, but to have it twice in one shift, one block, that's instant dismissal.
Okay. So you going to the pub with your mates at the job, was that kind of like a cultural thing that was happening when you were, was it in WA that you were the most taking place? Was that something that happened when you started working there, or was that the culture that was here when you were back here
It's
in Victoria?
always been a culture, but the problem is it's not a culture up there, it's a lifestyle.
Right.
You're so bored, you dare to do your work. You finish your work and then there's nothing. You can either do that, you can gamble, or you can just go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And no one just goes to sleep.
That sounds really hard. Did anyone, kind of share these feelings with you? Like, is that something that's commonly spoken about within the group of mates?
It's not a secret, but it's not something that's openly spoken about.
Mm. So even though you knew that you weren't the only one feeling like that, you probably did feel quite alone in that circumstance.
Well, there's the occasional time where, the boys come out, have a few beers, and then the boys are going home after a few beers, but for some reason you're still there drinking, because I actually couldn't tell you why.
Yeah. Alright. And you mentioned gambling earlier as well. Was that a problem for you at any stage as well as the drinking?
The gambling wasn't a big problem. You're on a pretty decent wicket up there, but you do tend to, it comes with the drinking, you have a few beers and you jump on the eBay, or you just do stupid things with money.
Okay.
But you sort of look at it as, I can do this because I have it.
Yeah.
If now that I'm in the position that I'm in now, that couldn't be acceptable.
Okay. So how long have you been back in Victoria for since you lost your job?
So I lost it about 3 months ago.
3 months ago. Okay, and what's been happening for you in that 3-month period?
Well, I've been trying to find work,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have the years that's required for a lot of the major companies now.
Okay.
The FIFO's easier because you can get into it and it's not too bad, but a lot of the bigger companies here require 10 years, like the rail or the road or anything like that require 10 years experience. And the other companies that I can get to work for, their money's not there.
Okay.
And I don't want to waste my time there, but so I just don't know what to do.
Okay.
Plus, also having the black band on my name with the drinking is making it very hard to get work.
So it sounds like a little bit of difficulty around getting work in that particular industry.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be open to if you know we had to come to that working in another industry or another line of work?
I've done a 4-year apprenticeship in it.
Yeah. So I'm sure you don't want to waste the skill that you already have.
I'm good at what I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just, the drinking sort of fucked me a bit.
Do you think now that you've come to Victoria, the drinking still remains a problem? Do you feel that you're as bored as you were in WA?
It's not as bad. There's probably still a bit there,
Mm-hmm.
but there probably is still a little bit there.
Okay. So how many times do you think you drink nowadays? Is it once a day, once a week, on the weekends?
Not
and
working, it's a
Yeah.
lot worse
Mm.
because you have all the free time. Once again, you're in the same situation. You've got all the free time and nothing to do.
Okay.
So you find yourself drinking.
Right.
On the odd jobs where I do get a day's work or so, I might have 1 or 2 beers at night.
Mhm.
But if I spend a day not working, there's definitely a bit had.
And now that you've come back to Victoria, have you come back to some family? Do you have a partner or some kids or anything like that?
I am seeing a girl.
Mm-hmm.
We are pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
But she's the same sort of thing. She's shift work. So I don't see
you don't
her
see
a
her.
lot.
Okay. And are you living with this girl? Or?
No.
No. Okay. So what's your housing situation like at the minute?
So I just rent because I spend so much, well, I used to spend so much time out and about.
Fair enough.
I just sort of take it as I need it.
Mhm. Okay. And so your living situation is quite stable, you'd say, at the minute.
I jump from house to house. It doesn't really faze me.
Okay. So you're not on particular leases. You just kind
No,
of
I just
getting
take it as, yeah.
as it comes.
Yeah.
Short-term leases.